welcome to the deep dive. Today
Yeah.
we're tearing into a really unique ancient text, Joshua chapter 12.
It's essentially a victory ledger.
Right. And our mission is to take this list, which seems really dry on the surface, just a list of defeated kings, and really understand what it's telling us about the history, the geography, and of course, the belief systems of the time.
It's a fantastic historical snapshot. And the scale, that's the thing that jumps out immediately. The sources paint this picture of a huge, systematic military campaign.
Lasting about 7 years, right?
Roughly 7 years, yeah. And the final tally, that's the central fact here. 33 kings defeated.
33. That number alone, it just hits you.
Mm-hmm.
So let's break that down, because the campaign is really split in two, isn't it? Divided by the Jordan River.
Exactly. The first phase happens east of the Jordan, and this was under Moses, even before the main invasion.
And here the list is much shorter, just 2 major rulers.
Only 2, which is fascinating. You have Sihon, king of the Amorites, and then Og, king of Bashan.
So why only 2? Compared to the 31 on the other side of the river.
Well, the sources sort of imply these 2 were formidable. They were the main obstacles. Og, especially, is called out as one of the last of the Rephaim.
And that's a name that pops up elsewhere, often associated with, with giants, or at least a legendary, powerful people.
A very loaded term. So taking them down was a huge deal. Once they were defeated, that whole eastern territory was allocated
to the Reubenites, Gadites, and half the tribe of Manasseh. That sets the stage.
And then comes the main event, you could say. The campaign west of the Jordan, this time led by Joshua.
And this is where that number 31 comes from. The sheer scope here is just staggering.
It really is. It's easy for the geographical names to just wash over you, but you have to picture the map.
Right.
The campaign stretches from Baal-Gad, way up north in the Valley of Lebanon, all the way down south to Mount Halak. This wasn't a local skirmish.
No, this was a comprehensive sweep, covering the land of the Hittites, Amorites, Canaanites, basically securing the whole area from the desert all the way to the Mediterranean.
And to make it more concrete for you, the list names some very famous strongholds. It's like a who's who of Canaanite cities.
Like the king of Jericho, of course.
Of course, and the king of Ai, the king of Jerusalem, the king of Hazor. These are major players.
Now, a record this specific, this detailed, it's obviously going to attract a lot of scrutiny, historically speaking.
Oh, absolutely. And we have to acknowledge that. The conquest is traditionally dated around the 14th century BC, but, modern archaeology has a complex relationship with the text.
So the sources we're looking at, they acknowledge that debate.
They do. They note that many scholars, and that includes some believers, question the full historicity, or at least the speed of it all. For some, this idea of a swift, total conquest is, and this is a quote, deeply unsettling.
Suggesting maybe the stories were borrowed from other cultures in the region.
That's one of the arguments, yes. But if we pivot from that and look at the text's own internal message, what it's trying to say beyond the military facts, the focus shifts completely.
It's not about conquest for conquest's sake.
Not at all. The list of 33 kings is the evidence, but the real point is about God keeping a promise. The sources frame this as a story of covenant love.
It's about God fighting for the people to give them the land. And that brings in the idea of rest, doesn't it?
Precisely. The goal isn't the war, the goal is the peace that comes after. It's the fulfillment of that ancient covenant with Abraham. What looks like a harsh military report is seen, from a theological perspective, as God shaping history to bring about certainty and stability.
So it's working on 2 levels. It's a literal accounting ledger, 33 kings, check. But it's also, for believers, this profound testament to a promise finally fulfilled.
And what's really fascinating is how the source material pulls that idea into the present. It suggests that if that same force shaped history then, it's shaping your story now.
Which leaves a pretty big question for you, the listener, to think about.
It does. How does seeing an ancient record like this, interpreted as the absolute fulfillment of a promise, change how you think about certainty and maybe trust in your own life today? Something to just mull over.